Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 93.
93.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
Great place to fill those Easter baskets with goodies.
Yeah, like the
goodies.
little pins,
That's
for
right.
$3.
That's right. So this week we have lots to cover, tons of different things. We're going to start at Epcot with the brand new Illuminations Sparkling Dessert Party.
And we went to the first one, the debut night.
That's right.
And it has desserts, a sparkling wine, and view of Illuminations.
That's right. So let's take a look. There were only about 100 people the first night. You could see we're just walking in there. And,
100 guests.
100 guests. It has the capacity to hold 500 guests, we were told, but they would have to move the rope over. Right now they have it only about half of the area was open for this first party.
Right, and it didn't seem very crowded. Like I thought, oh my gosh, 100, but it seems like it was so empty. So
let's take a look at the food here. There were 6 different dessert items. There's a tiramisu from Italy. What are the cookies? Do you remember?
They're shortbread cookies from the UK, but they're not really. They're like inspired by.
Right.
I'm going to say, don't put tongs in the center of the food because the first person who holds those tongs touches the food.
Yeah, we don't really
I don't like
know.
that.
We're kind of a little nitpicking there. But
yes.
this, when this thing opened, everyone was just looking at it.
I know.
Nobody wanted to touch the food.
For the first couple of minutes, nobody took anything. Everybody was just photographing and videotaping.
And here's a look at the ice cream selections, full-size Mickey bars.
And Mickey ice cream sandwiches, and I think there's some sort of fruit bar. I didn't eat anything out of here.
I had a Mickey bar.
Did you?
I did. It was delightful.
And
it goes very well with champagne.
I never buy them, so I thought I would have one, but I was too full from what was on the table.
And there was also tea. You'd have iced tea, hot tea, lemonade, and coffees. But of course, the main star was the champagne, the wine here.
Well, it's $50 for adults, $30 for kids ages 3 to 9. So I mean, you really want to have a few glasses of wine to make sure you
get your money's worth. Well, the biggest question we had, because we took a ton of questions after putting this up, was seats. Everybody wanted to know about seats. And, my thought is this. I mean, we didn't even get into the park until 6 o'clock. We were fully rested. We stood for a couple hours, went to the dessert party. Mm-hmm. We had a great time. It's something that we would maybe do once, But if you've been in the park all day, walking all day at Epcot, I understand why people might want to
know why. Right. I don't know if they will bring seats at some point. A lot of guests were sitting on the ground for Illuminations. Again, one of my favorite items here was the fruit. I was hoping they would have fruit, and that was my big question before it.
Now, you can see it is a phenomenal view. Look at the people on the right. Those are the people that are just regular guests, which they had to be there very early to get that spot. You could obviously, there was plenty of room in this area, and it is show center, dead center. It's great. See, these guys are relaxed.
I don't know if, you had 500. Now, I think they would move into where those guests
they would
are
absolutely move in
I
there.
don't know how full it would feel. I would be very interested to see that.
I would be interested to see that too. But go ahead.
I think it could be worth it for guests who are just looking for a nice location for Illuminations without having to work too hard.
My thought is I would have liked to see a cheese and cracker platter. That would have really added to it. And I think, like you said earlier, a little more imagination, maybe bring some of the food from the other countries. Like in Norway, they could have had a school bread.
Right, that's what I thought, like miniature school breads. The desserts here, again, are inspired by, which
means it was just catered probably and not from the actual countries, and I would have liked to see them from the real countries.
The baklava was good. I don't think baklava changes too much wherever you get it from, but I would have liked to see maybe mini eclairs from France and different imagination.
Right. Bottom line, if you're wanting to see the show, if that's your main focus, it's great. It's worth it. If you're going for the food, you might want to think twice about it. That's my thought.
The fruit was good.
Compliments to the chef on the fruit. Anyway, so we went back to Epcot, actually. This is very early pre-opening for World Showcase, but we wanted to show what a great time it is to go to the France Pavilion.
We were actually invited here by General Manager Eric Weistroffer to tour the backstage and the front areas of the ice cream shop, La Halle Bakery, and Monsieur Paul. And we really like coming here early. La Halle opens at 9 a.m. for guests. If you're in the International Gateway, if you're in Future World, you can just come here.
So relaxing. Right. It's a great time of the day to be there.
Enjoy a pastry or a breakfast item with the view of the Eiffel Tower.
Get away from the crush of Future World.
It is. Look at this. It's usually so busy here.
So this doesn't open until 11. These are the food booths for the
Flower and Garden
and so we're going to try a few more items that we have not had before, starting with the pulled duck and potato, which I thought was amazing. Of course, I like duck, but I would get this again. This was $5.50.
And then there was also dumplings with vegetables. And this was very good as well. What did you think of it?
I loved it. Again, I would get all 3 items that they offered there as like a lunch. Because and it was filling, you know. I really
agree. I thought they were very filling and generous portion size. And that's $4.75. And this was a surprise to me. I'm not a big grapefruit fan, but this is rosé with like a grapefruit syrup in it, and it's like a little cocktail, and that is $5.50, and it's delicious.
And we were told they had more time to plan this year, and I think that's why the selections are so successful. I mean, last year they were in the middle of building the new bakery and the ice cream shop and everything, so it's...
And that frozen slush was really delicious.
Boy, yeah. Just don't drink it too fast. You don't want the brain freeze. But
and it looks like almost like cotton candy. France does their drinks very, very well.
And this is one of your favorite items right here, macaron.
This is my favorite item, and that's the orange blossom macaron. It's $5, but it's much bigger than a normal macaron would be, and it just really pops with orange flavor. And I try to make it so you could see how big it was with that flour.
So after that nice warm-up, we're going to go into the bakery and take a look around the bakery. The bakery sort of reminds me of a train stop or something.
That's what it reminds me of, almost like a France train station.
Metro, they call it, right?
It's the Metro.
I don't know.
Yes. And we're walking in. It just got a little busier. Like a few minutes earlier, there was nobody in here. So this is about 10:30 a.m.
Nice display of those macarons there.
Mm-hmm. And they have them so many different ways at the France Pavilion to try. And
macarons are the new cupcake.
I think they are.
When
I've been to Paris 4 times, and I never saw them at all. So obviously they've gotten so huge now.
Well, you were distracted. This almost looks like a scene from the France movie.
It does. Impressions.
You can see those little kids kind of putting their hands on there, looking at all the goodness.
There's so many different choices, and I tried an eclair recently. It was very, very good. And the macarons, it used to be you'd get 5 in a box, but they did a new custom box shipped from France so that they could fit 6 in there for the same price.
Yes, for the same price. That's the best part of that deal. So now you get 6.
Right, and it's about $10. I think it's $10.34 for the box.
Oh boy. Well, we'll get into that later.
That
but those
was
were
incredible.
Tremendous. And I learned something about the eclairs. Apparently in France, if you get a chocolate eclair, there's chocolate in it. And if you get the vanilla eclair, it has vanilla. That's different than here in America, where you buy a chocolate eclair and it has the vanilla
filling.
Right,
it often will have the vanilla filling.
We learned something, didn't we?
I did. Yeah, you just, I've been to France again. I've had the eclairs over there, and I really love the bakery here.
So here's what we had for lunch. That was a pumpkin soup you had. I had lobster bisque. This was a turkey sandwich.
Right, and this is turkey, bacon, lettuce. It's $8.50. This was very good. The pumpkin soup in a bread bowl. You can just buy this little bread bowl for $1.85. And
there was bacon and cheese on this bread. It was amazing. Great to dump in my lobster bisque.
And speaking of the lobster bisque, and it's made out of, actually from Maine lobster.
That's right. And it's a smooth bisque. It's not, if you're looking for big chunks of lobster, you won't find it. But the taste, it's very strong, very good. If you like lobster.
Well, they blend it.
Right.
So this is called macaron, and it is absolutely extraordinary.
Fantastic.
And it has lime cream and raspberries, and it's like
fresh
sweet
raspberries.
and sour.
Oh boy, that was finished. We said we were just going to try a bite because we were so full.
We were going to take it home.
Just a bite.
We didn't take it home.
Finished. And Monsieur Paul.
We were just in Monsieur Paul for a few minutes. It's only open for dinner. It's a fine dine restaurant. We have not dined here yet.
There he is. There is the Monsieur Paul himself and Remy.
Yes, Remy. And this is the restaurant. And that reminds me, the napkins remind me of when we went on the Disney Dream.
That's right. I think it was the Royal Palace, actually.
Yes, with the napkins. And this location can be used for food and wine festival events they do. So I'm hoping we get to book one this year.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it. It looks like a beautiful place, a great place to eat, and hopefully we'll be back.
And here we are for ice cream. I did not realize they now had a macaron ice cream sandwich.
Oh boy, I didn't realize either. We haven't really been since opening day, and they have really expanded in their offerings.
Mm-hmm. And there's also a brioche ice cream. We tried that as well. This was incredible. These are only $3.99. and just the same price as a scoop of ice cream.
And here is the brioche being made for us. It's a interesting process.
Right, you can choose your own ice cream on that, and then you get your topping. And then it looks like a waffle maker. And it actually held the ice cream in there for a long time, you know, where it wasn't melting.
Well, it's so wonderful. It's the hot and the cold together. I mean, there it is. Sort of like having ice cream in a donut. It was amazing. I loved it. But really good. I liked the ice cream macaron. That was the best.
I thought that I like this even a little bit better. But
look how happy.
Yeah, I know. The France aujourd'hui
That's
today.
Right. That is absolutely
at least I can
right.
say something in French.
And we had a little takeaway here that we're still working on, actually.
And this is 6 macarons that we mentioned earlier. Again, like $10.34, which is not bad.
And of course, we also brought home a loaf of bread, a baguette.
A baguette. And we often actually bring home usually about a half baguette, which costs about $2, and that's about $3. And it's a great way to just bring a little bit of France home. And a couple other things I want to mention. They actually make like 700 half baguettes. It's not even including the full baguettes.
Every day.
Yes.
We saw it.
And everything is made fresh there, from the ice cream to the baguettes to everything is made. They make everything there, including the macarons too. So I'm just very impressed by that.
So big thanks for asking us that.
Yes, thanks to Eric Weisstroffer, and we look forward to stopping by there probably in the next few days.
So our next stop was at the Magic Kingdom, and we are going to debunk a rumor that these turrets are going to be all changed to silver. Not true.
You know what? I kind of like the silver. Like, I actually didn't mind it.
People were really buying into that, but it was just an undercoat. They were just refreshing and putting a primer on the castle.
And I didn't mind. Like, as long as they're not turning the castle pink, I'm good.
Remember when it was toilet papered by Stitch?
I didn't like that. I hated that.
And here is what's left of the Swan Boat dock.
Well, I never rode it, so, you know, that dock's been there forever.
But we have a great relaxing times at that dock. Oh, and now we're going to go into Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe and take a look. They have enclosed it. It's fully air-conditioned now, so there's a lot more room. Well, I guess it's the same amount of room. It's just more inside room.
Instead of outside. And did you like, sometimes I'd like the outside, but there was a lot of times it was like very humid or very warm, and you didn't really want to go outside, but that's the only place you got to go.
Well, it was peaceful. It was quiet and relaxing outside, but if there was a show or something loud going on outside, it could be not the case. So it all depends, you know. I guess inside it'll always be the same. So
during the summer, it's nice to be inside.
Right, I can definitely see where they're going with that. And so we're looking out the window. This is the view from the new Cosmic Rays.
Right. Well, it's not really from the Cosmic Rays area that used to be outside.
Area. That's correct.
And this is where the Swan Boat dock was.
Now, you said you never went on the Swan Boat.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
You know, and I don't even remember if I did. It was seasonally operated.
It would have been nice, you know, if they had continued and I could remember whether I did or not, but I don't think it was open when I was at the Kingdom.
It was supposed to be like a Jungle Cruise type thing, you know, with humor, stuff like that. So
really?
Yeah, it would have been fun. I'll show you a video of it.
Okay.
So what we're looking at here is just there's walls around the moat now, and there's big changes coming to the hub area. So we're not sure if this will be filled in or if it'll still be sort of the water will go underneath the new area, but I guess we'll find out.
From what it looked like, there was still going to be water right here, so we'll see. I'm not very good with like maps and, you know, like things like that. Right.
Well, I like the new landscaping and all that, so it should be interesting. Here is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train logo, the official logo that was released this week.
Very exciting that it's, you know, we're really coming up on it where maybe in the next month, 5 weeks, maybe we'll see it open.
That's
really,
right.
we're closing in on it. Yes, we are.
And you can see that more walls have come down. You can go right up. You can see the train coming by. It's very exciting.
We haven't seen the train come by in like 6 weeks.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Not as often.
But you can get the essence.
The essence, yes.
The essence. I can imagine it in my mind's eye. Just picture the train whoosh going around the corner.
It looks like it'll be a lot of fun.
And that looks like the Seven Dwarfs Cottage there.
Right, and we see more props. And really, when you walk around the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train now, you actually see quite a few props being added.
Every day there's something different.
It seems like it every time we go.
And it really does have that Big Thunder look to me, you know, with it actually is very similar. You have inside parts of the attraction outside, similar to Splash Mountain, other things like that.
Now, they've said it's between like the Barnstormer and Big Thunder Mountain, but this looks to me to be closer to the Big Thunder Mountain.
Right, all very themed, you know, the waterfall and all this stuff.
But also, I think it's going to be much more exciting. Like, I don't find the Barnstormer terribly exciting. I think this one will be much more so.
And the inside will be slow, so you can see the dark ride scenes and the dwarfs and things like that. And we found out there's going to be an interactive queue, kind of an interactive queue.
Well, they said there'll be interactive elements to it, so it'll be interesting to see what that will entail.
Well, during the Imagineer talk that we saw, they mentioned you would be able to sort and wash jewels, and something to do with actually taking you inside the Disney vault. Whatever that means. So
yeah, I don't know what that means, so we'll see.
It does sound intriguing to me. And we did find out it will also be a Fast Pass Plus attraction, and the height limit is 38 inches.
I'm trying to think. That would probably be like a 3-year-old or so might be able to ride this.
Something of that nature, I think.
Depending on the child. And here we are in the Prince Eric's Village area, and just kind of going around the
You can see Imagineers
mountain.
working everywhere. One thing that I noticed this week, big time, is lots of trees, especially in the back. So many trees and so much foliage, you can't even see some of the props that you used to be able to see clearly. Right here, for instance, this is in the back of the mountain, and you can barely see the mine shaft. And these are big trees. It's amazing in Florida how fast these trees can grow, because that tree was nothing last week.
And there's another prop you
That's
mentioned.
A prop, that's right.
I actually did not realize it was a
mine
prop.
car, right? That's been there for a little while.
I didn't notice.
Well, you know, it seems to be a broken track, so if that was going, it would be a rough
ending. It would be a great ride. No, I'm kidding.
It would not end well. And you can see the lift hill there, not going at the moment, but that's because the workers are putting in the grass and more trees on the top.
And you know, the trees actually, there's ones that aren't real and there are ones that are real, and to me, they all look good.
Imagine having to mow the lawn up there.
No.
That would
That's
be
probably not.
precarious.
It's not real grass.
Right.
So you wouldn't want to mow it.
That's probably true. That's probably true. Now, I don't know. This looks like it's probably the entrance. I'm guessing this is where you'd get in and come out. It's probably the entrance and the exit.
We'll know soon.
I'm just guessing,
we'll know soon.
But it looks to me like that would be the way to go.
And I just want to mention, we've been following and covering the Fantasyland, even though the show isn't that old. You know, in videos, we have like when it was Pooh's Playground.
Remember going on Dumbo? Every couple of weeks to get video
Sometimes
coverage
it's every week.
So we rode Dumbo many times in its old location.
I'm glad we don't have to ride Dumbo all the time anymore. Yes. And it's nice that they put in the windows so that guests, you know, could see everything.
Well, it's fun to watch. It builds excitement, you know. It's just, I don't know. I will be very happy. And here is a clip of the mine car going around from a video we did. Right.
Steve Fox,
the Fox
did it.
Yes, this is from the Fox. And I cannot wait. Like I said, it'll be very soon. Oh, I forgot to mention, the rumor is, it's just a rumor, May 2nd, 10:15 will be the official opening.
I think the Hilton announced that.
I'm just saying,
see how it goes.
That seems, as of now.
That's why we're thinking,
May
4 to 5
2nd.
weeks if they're soft openings, but very exciting.
We'll see.
It's close.
So don't hold us to that, though. Also, we received our annual Passholder MagicBands in the mail.
And we got asked for an unboxing video, so I was like, okay, so
let's reenact it right now. We will
There's the box.
There's the box. We are going to
But that's not the nice box. That's the brown box outside of it.
Well, that's the box it comes in.
Yes.
That's why it's called an unboxing.
And they're big boxes, just like the other boxes that we had with, and I'm not a big Incredibles fan. I know everybody is, but I'm not, so I like having the Mickey hand instead.
Right. No, it really is a nice package, and I don't know, it's kind of nice to receive that in the mail.
It is. I don't really wear my Magic Band anymore. I actually prefer just using my annual pass now to
I just use the pass also. But it's still nice to have, maybe now that we have our own.
It's a souvenir for me.
Right.
And there's yours.
And a little secret. Now, some of our viewers had mentioned they didn't realize that little pull here on the side. Well, when you do the pull here, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But when you do the pull here, you will see there's some bonus.
Did somebody say that?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
So here's a bonus. You have a little clip that'll go onto your Magic Band showing that you were a pass holder in 2014.
Right.
Although, wouldn't it automatic? Well, I guess they would not know you're a pass holder.
It's only just, it's
status.
Yes. I don't know what kind of status that is, but
yes.
And then you pull,
and there's a bonus surprise.
An envelope.
That's right. So in the envelope is $1 million.
I wish.
No, it is actually your pass holder card for getting discounts and for parking. The fact that it's gold, we looked on the back, and I don't turn it around because it has my personal info, but the fact that it's gold means it includes parking, so you just hold it to the parking attendant. But you still, so you have to show that and your ID to the parking attendant to
That's a lot
park.
of work.
Yeah. More so than the old way.
What about my pass? Can't I just show my annual pass?
You can also show your annual pass.
I prefer to show that.
It's the same thing. You have to use two items of ID to park.
Well, I don't. They almost never ask for ID, but every now and then they'll catch me.
Right. They don't always ask.
And this just says a little bit about the
how to use MagicBand and all that. So anyway, that we also have our original unboxing, and we will link to that too.
I know. I wasn't thinking anybody was going to look at the video. It only took us a couple of minutes, but I think it's over 4,000 now.
Yeah, so thanks for the suggestion.
It is a good suggestion. If people are if everyone's interested.
And your band, what color did you choose anyway?
Green.
Green. You have the green. So
I might wear it sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice.
We can be multi-banded now.
It's okay.
So we also went to Universal Orlando, and we had a great time.
Orlando. Yeah. Just where we are, down the street.
What do you want? That's what it's called. Universal Orlando Resort is where we went. And we saw, who's this guy? He's the bad guy. Do you remember his name?
Is it Megatron?
Megatron. Sounds like a monster truck.
I don't know that much about Transformers. I've only seen one movie. But we did the ride in Hollywood, and now we've done the ride here, finally.
And, everybody said it's better here, but I don't really see much difference. Did you see much of a difference?
I don't know. I enjoyed it more this time. I think maybe
it seemed a little bit more, I don't know, on a bigger scale, perhaps?
I don't know.
I enjoyed the Megatron, the meet and greet, more than the ride, to be honest with you.
Really?
I loved seeing the characters.
I enjoyed the ride quite a bit, but we know it's very similar to Spider-Man. We rode it in Hollywood.
And you didn't get to see Bumblebee. You
no,
were off
I haven't
doing something
seen.
Else.
Yes.
And anyway, here is a look at the London waterfront. That the Diagon Alley section here at Universal.
And this is opening this summer, and it's very exciting. We love the Harry Potter section, the Wizarding World, and Islands of Adventure. We finally got our annual passes.
Yeah.
I've been a pass holder before, but not in a few years. And I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, it's massive. It's just massive. And I don't know what to expect from the Gringotts, but I hear it's an e-ticket, should be an amazing attraction. So I can't wait for that all to open.
And I'm just, again, it's just going up so fast. We were here around Christmas time, was that a few months ago, and It didn't look anything like this. They really just went with construction. Universal, once they start, it just
boom, boom,
crazy.
Boom. And I don't know if you saw this, but they just announced today, or at least plans were just put out for a new e-ticket attraction in Islands of Adventure. Just announced today.
Which one is it?
Well, it would either be King Kong
or Jurassic Park, probably.
Correct.
That's what we've heard in the past.
Lots of excitement going on.
Universal really is just boom.
Oh, and we finally went on the tour, the Simpsons, the twirl and hurl there. Not much hurl.
No, not much hurl. It was fun.
Yes.
It was cute. It was really cute. It was only a 5-minute wait.
Right. And now we're back over at the Islands, and this is a look at the Hogswort Station. Hogsmeade.
It's Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade. That's not a correct thing, is it?
Neither of us read Harry Potter.
I know we know nothing about, but we will learn.
I watched the first movie, but we'll probably watch all the movies.
But we should know Hogsmeade because that's where we go to get our butterbeer.
Yes.
And we had a double butterbeer too, didn't we?
Well, double meaning we each had one.
That's correct. That's correct.
I like the frozen.
But very soon we won't have to go from park to park to get butterbeer.
I know. I'm so excited about that. If we just want to go into the Universal Studios, we
walked a long way for butterbeer.
We did. We were so tired.
We're obviously newbie. We're still excited about having our passes, and you wanted some butterbeer, so it was a long
It was
walk.
An hour total just to go get butterbeer.
And there it is. Nice. There they are, frozen goodness. Right there. I'm so happy.
We were so tired that day.
But it was worth the walk.
It was. And, this day we didn't really feel like going mini golfing, but it was the last day of our living social. And this is the Hollywood Drive-In
right.
Mini golf over at Universal. It's over on City Walk. And this was so much fun. And now I wish we had done both sides.
Right. Even though we were really tired, we quickly forgot about it, and we just had such a great time. I thought the theming was great. There were so many little things. I
love these feet. This is one of my favorite things, was the werewolf feet and the
Frankenstein
mummy feet
and everything. Yeah. See, Frank N. Stein, various parts born. I love that. So no, it was just a lot of fun. It's not just the part of playing mini golf. It's enjoying the theming for me.
And I mean, we've done a lot of mini golf at Disney, you know, Fantasia Gardens.
Watch out for these squirting creatures in the Black Lagoon.
So it was nice to do something different. And yeah, this squirts, but at least we didn't get hit by it. I think it knows where you are, sort of.
No, we were told by other friends that they actually prefer the sci-fi side.
Right, the sci-fi.
And I don't know how it could be better than this, but I do wish we had played it. We'll have to go back and play the sci-fi.
We will. We definitely will. We have our 20% coupon now.
Well, here's some topiary here, but very different than Flower and Garden.
I know that one guy didn't have a leg.
Yeah, very well. He had a chainsaw, so it's very suspicious.
And this is we're nearing the end of the mini golf.
Right. We sort of went at dusk, which I would recommend. It's great. You see the changing of the all the lighting effects coming on, and it was kind of nice. It was a spooky time to finish.
And you actually hit the ball into that hole there, which I had problems with. I think it took me like 6 times.
But then you end up in the sort of like the laboratory. Maybe it's Frankenstein's laboratory there, and you sink that 18th hole. So great time. Thoroughly enjoyed the mini golf there, and I would recommend it.
We definitely recommend it. It is so much fun.
So that was our trip to Universal. We plan to do many more trips in the coming weeks, more frequently now that we're pass holders.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to that. You know, we have such a busy schedule, so it will be fun to try to carve out a little time.
I had a great time. I can't wait to go back.
And thanks to Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida. As always, they've been with us since the beginning.
Yes, we appreciate them very much. And thanks to all our listeners. We will be back next week, and we will see everybody again next week.
Have a great week.